What they have done with this wide receiver group is irresponsible, and there's no excuse for it. I understand the fact that they were up against the salary cap. I understand the fact that this was going to be a retooling year. I was in favor of the retooling year, but you still had plenty of assets to address the salary cap. You spent $24 million on Curtis Samuel, who barely had a jersey on today. You couldn't use that money elsewhere. And let's talk about Josh Allen. His best years of his career, when he went from being like a fun young quarterback to, wow, this guy's a superstar, what did he have? He had separators. Stephon Diggs, Cole Beasley, John Brown, separators. They get open. They add into the mix Emmanuel Sanders, a separator. Yeah, there was a Gabe Davis in there that was like wide receiver 4, take the top off your defense when you forget about him. But it was separators. And this offseason, when they had to retool the thing from the ground up, every player they added to the mix is not a separator. That's not Keon Coleman's reputation. I think he can develop into that. Keon Coleman is a pup. He is not part of this problem right now. He's a young player, and to rely on him to be the best receiver in the group is malpractice by the Bills. Curtis Samuel was supposed to be a separator. He's barely a contributor. Mac Hollins is a career special teamer. Marquez Valdez-Scantling goes deep. That's about all he does. What are we left with? Tyrell Shavers? There's no separators on this team besides Khalil Shakir. I don't understand the vision when they built this wide receiver group. I don't understand why on draft day, when they had a long list of picks and everybody said how deep this wide receiver class is, why they didn't double dip. And now you're left with having this Ferrari of a quarterback in Josh Allen doing what Luka described, dropping back and just wondering what the hell he's looking at. And he's going to say all the right things and put the blame on his shoulders because Josh Allen is a fantastic teammate and he is not blameless for today. This was not a good Josh Allen day. The larger point is we all have reason to believe that Josh Allen is going to be just fine. But when you look at this wide receiver group, and if all that they add to it is Khalil Shakir coming back in a week or two, ask yourself if this group is capable of going out and winning 4 games in January against the best teams in football. Because that's all that matters. If they're not, then you need to make a move today because this is a Josh Allen year and you don't want to just set it on fire. I'm not telling you to mortgage your future to make a move. I'm telling you to go out there and make one of the couple available moves that we'll get into later in this show where you flip a pick and you get a player that's contract expires at the end of the year and you still have all the cap space you set aside for next year. But this team right now, the ceiling on this team is not high enough for what a team that has Josh Allen at quarterback is supposed to be. And I don't think this team as currently constructed, despite how well we've seen the defense play, whether it's the offensive coordinator that we're going to talk about for sure, or the weapons around the quarterback that cannot get open against single coverage, this team as currently constructed is very limited in how far they can go.